All right, let's begin. All right, so we're just going to start. We're going to do start off with quite a bit of shoulders and scapula mobility and hips, and of course, so just kind of start like moving your hips a little bit right here. Just kind of swinging your hips right, left. Just kind of feeling your hips opening up. Yeah, just get a little movement, little motion here at the hips, and just kind of circle your hips around. Just do few little circles here. Good, and then we're going to do the other way. Good. All right, and then we're just going to take the shoulders and just kind of drop the shoulders, do a little up and down of the shoulders and a little swing into the arms. Okay, so see if when you get the arms swing that you can get your scapula to move, and then find your breathing, of course. All right, find your inhale and your exhale. Yeah, there we go. Do that a couple more times. Inhaling and exhaling. One more time. Inhale and exhale. All right, we're going to bring it around. And again, from the shoulder blades, you're going to circle around and just do a few big chest and scapula opener. One more time this way, and then we're going to go the other way. Just kind of put the brakes on and go the other way. Yeah. Awesome. Get that chest open. Awesome. Just kind of shake, shake, shake it out. All right, let's bring those feet together. Starting in our mountain pose, you're going to activate inner thigh strength. So way up inside the hips here, you're going to start to strengthen and lift inside the hips. Very strong. Draw that the core muscle strong. So think about where your spinal column is, right about here. And the muscles that connect deepest to the spinal column, just see if you can wrap in there and just hold the spine really strong and start to lengthen your spine up to the crown of the head, right? So roll the shoulders open and lift up through the chest and ground through your heels and toes, right? So feet evenly grounded and press through, big toe, little toe, right foot, left foot. Spread your fingers wide. And open up your shoulder blades. So right now, if you're pinching your shoulder blades together, just see if you can separate your shoulder blades and send the energy out to your fingers. As you rise up and lift the hands, lift the arms, bend your knees a little bit, not a ton, but get your arms super straight, your palms together, index fingers touch. And you're going to press your hands, they stay overhead, but you press your hands together as hard as you can, as strong as you can, your palms, as you lift your chest. And if it's okay, drop the chin or lift the chin and drop the head back. Squeeze your inner thighs and start to begin like a back bend, right? So you're going to start to back bend, stretch the back. And then rise up, straight arms, open up through the arms and bring those shoulders back. Bring those hands together right behind you and press back, pull back. So see if you can pull, your arms back, maybe turn your wrists and your palms a little bit. Press back a little bit more and then bring your hands back in, bend the knees and coming over and just, squeeze out your shoulders. So think about where those shoulders, so you're going to bend forward, right? Bend, bend, bend. Bring those arms way up over the head and think about it happening from your scapula. Let your arms lift from your shoulder blades. So mobilize. Now shake out your head, like drop it and just shake it out. Just shake out your neck, shake it yes, shake it no, let it release. Awesome. Bring the hands down to the ground. Bend and straighten the right and left knees. So you're just going to kind of pedal out your hips and just walking through the hips, keeping the core of the body really strong. So hands are to the floor, to the shins, to the yoga blocks if you have them, whatever works for you. All right, straightening out the legs as much as you can. Fold forward, stretch out your spine, keep hugging it strong. And then coming into our halfway lift, we're going to lift up and stretch out your torso without popping your ribs out. So again, you're wrapping in at the ribs or wrapping in around the spine and lengthen your spine as you breathe in and breathe out. Inhale and exhale. And then we'll step back into a downward dog. So press those fingers down and just press back into your feet and walk your hands a little bit wider and press down at the hands, press down at your toes. And look at your index fingers and make sure your index fingers are pointing straight ahead. So look at the hands and then press down at your hands as you press all the way up and back at your hips. Breathe deeply and then round through your spine and curl your toes. Bend your knees, but squish into your toes. So I'm going to have you guys sit back, squish into your toes, slide your hands back, slide, 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 all the way back, all the way. Reach back, lean back, squishing into your toes. I know if you can't do this toe squishing thing, you can have your feet flat down and that's fine, or don't go as far, okay? So do the best you can here. Lift up your chest, open up the heart, squeeze your shoulder blades together, let that neck roll back if it feels good. Inhale and exhale, and then release. Bring your hands together again, working the shoulders this morning. bringing it, and the hips are gonna get it, but I definitely want those shoulders open. So release the head down to the block of the floor and lift the arms back up overhead. Let your shoulder blades do the work as you breathe in and breathe out. Now release the hands and drop the feet flat. Coming into that child's pose, we stretch back as much as you can. So you guys are gonna stretch back, stretch the arms forward, and inhale, exhale. All right, so round through your back, come up onto all fours, get a little cat and cow stretch. So just again, let your spine open up forward and let your spine reach up to the ceiling. So do that cat and cow a few times, inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling, awesome, and exhale. All right, let's come into our neutral position for our spine. And again, you want to wrap in those deep core muscles. I'm going to take that right arm forward, stretch it up, and then reach it up. Try not to twist your body here. Try not to turn your body, but reach that arm up and open and behind without turning your chest or your waist. And see if we can do that again. So you're gonna make a circle here. So you're gonna come up, open, around, a little bit of shoulder work. And do your best here. One more time. Up, open, and around. Now we're gonna slide that left hand forward and thread that right arm through and just stretch out your shoulder. And then we're gonna pull it and reach open. So you're gonna come up and through and do the opposite. So come up and open up as high as you can, and do that again 2 more times. So we're going to reach under and stretch your shoulder blade, hug in through your waistline, and come up and through, open, stretch up as high as you can, you guys. And one more time, make sure it's coming from the shoulders and not your waist, okay? So stretch through, try not to twist your torso, do your best to make it as much shoulder as you can and not the waist. All right, bring that hand down, stretch back into child's pose, reach it back. Breathe in, breathe out, big length to your spine, and then come forward again onto all fours. Do that little cat and cow, just a couple of those, right? Little arching, and rounding. And maybe one more time. And we'll come into neutral and we'll take the other hand forward. Now again, try not to turn your waist. Stretch it up and back and reach it forward. And we do that a couple more times. Up, around, back, and through, and one more time, up, around, back, and through. Let's send that arm underneath. So you slide your right hand forward, bring that left one under, as far as you can go, stretch your shoulder blade, give it a good pull, and then unwind and do the opposite. Send that arm up to the sky, twist the other way, let it happen from the shoulder. Thread it under again. So we reach under and exhale as far as you can. And then reaching it up, open. And one more time, you guys, stretch it through, and open. Awesome. Now come forward, bring that down and step forward, and let's reach into a little bit of an up dog, whatever works for you, right? It could be a little modified or a cobra, but definitely pull the shoulders back and see if you can, hug in your waistline, get those muscles to hold your spine, and lift. As you open your hips and stretch your tummy, lift the neck back if it's okay. Inhale, exhale, and then we'll come into downward dog. So we curl the toes and press back. All right, so we're going to move into some hips here, but definitely take a few moments here to stretch your shoulders a little bit more. Keep your core active, heels down, and take your right leg up as high as you can, encouraging a back bend. So you're going to bend your knee and open your hip, but make it here more of your back. So you're going to squeeze your back muscles, open your front muscles, and then tucking your knee in, step it forward, right through your hands, come right up. Use the blocks if you need it. Ground your back foot and rise up. So we're going to stretch your back hip. Yep, reach the arms all the way up, looking good, you guys. Bend your front knee. See if you can pull your waist long and stretch up and back. So let your shoulders go back, bend your front knee, you guys, back leg straight, that's it. And open your hips, open your waist, breathing in, breathing out. And we're gonna open up the arms to the side, like make a T shape here. Pick up your back heel and have your hips nice and strong. Sink in through the pelvis and twist to your right side as much as you can, and extend your left arm either to the leg, to the inside, or to the outside. You can go to the outside, go for it. Otherwise, if you have to be at the leg of the block inside, do that. But you're going to squeeze your waistline and take your top arm behind you if you can and wrap it back, right? So your top arm goes behind. You're squeezing your tummy deep. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And release it down. So hands come down, back knee comes down, right down to the ground. Back knee down, back leg nice and long. Sweep the hands along the floor, you guys, and go back. Sweep it back and press your hips forward, shoulders back, head back. So again, working the chest opener, neck opener, shoulder opener, hip opener, belly, thigh, everything. As you breathe in and breathe out. Slowly release, hands to block or floor, extending your front leg. So you're going to pick up that front heel, maybe pull the toes towards you, drive the heel away a little bit. See if you can do it where the knee doesn't snap back, but your kneecap more pulls up into the quad. So instead of just kind of bouncing the knee down, pull this kneecap right up into your thigh. Make your thigh really strong as you extend and open the back of the leg and the hip, and then start to come down at your chest. But again, you're hugging that waistline and moving your waist toward your leg. Looks good. Stretch the hip and the glute a little bit more. 2 more breaths. And 1. Beautiful. All right, let's release. Let's sweep that out of the way. Come back into downward dog. So spread those toes. Stretch back. Open your shoulders. Head comes down. Hips long. Stretch your waist. Left leg's going to come up as high as you can. Let's come into like a back bend. So bend your knee. Squeeze your back muscles like you're doing a back bend. So you're going to pull that leg back. Breathing in. Breathing out. Keep squeezing your back. And then tuck that knee in and step it forward. Woo! All right, let's ground the back foot. Rise up. And let's work on this side. Hip opener. All right, you guys. So sending this hip forward, front knee bends, rise up, lift up, bring the hands up, bring the shoulders back, and again, doing your back bend. Inhale and exhale, and then squeeze your tummy, arms go out to the side, so reach the arms out sideways, pick up your back heel, hips forward, you're going to twist toward this front knee, so you're going to twist into it, and remember, your arm either goes to it, to the inside, or to the outside. So if you guys can get down there, you're going to squeeze your waist, lift up the top arm, or bring it behind you. So if you guys can do that wrap around bind, go for that. Squeezing your waist, lengthen your spine. 2 more breaths, keep turning. And 1. Release, unwind, bring the hands down, drop your back knee, drop the back knee. Extend your back leg. Slide your hands back along the floor. Yep, just keep reaching back, even though they don't touch the ground, you just slide back, press your hip forward, let the arms keep reaching down and back, open up if it feels okay, breathe, 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 2, and 1. All right, reach your hands to your block, the floor, and extend your front leg. So again, you guys, when you're doing this, try not just to snap your knee like that, make it look like it's straight. You want to pull the kneecap up and extend the calf to the heel. Extend the hamstring, right? So keep squeezing the quad, keep hugging in your waist, and breathing as you stretch, stretch, stretch. Keep inhaling and exhaling. Try to get a little more pull at the calf, the back of your leg, a little more tone to your quad. 2 more breaths. And 1. All right, we're going to get 1 more downward dog, you guys. So step through this. Sweep that through. Stretch all the way back into downward dog. Stretch the heels down a little deeper. Stretch the hips up and back a little bit longer. 2 more breaths. And then ripple your spine forward for our up dog. Stretch it up. Everyone's going to lift up. Maybe pull your legs back a little bit more. And then you're going to turn the right side of your hip to the floor. Turn your legs and everything. Stretch the side of your hip. Do the same on the other side. Turn. Do your best on this one. This can be a little tough on the wrists, I know. So Just do your best and then release and come up and back and shake out your wrists. Woo! A little bit of shake there. And we're going to come and have a seat, work on a little side bending here and a little more hip openers. Okay, so a little bit more work for the waistline, which is going to help you with our triangles and side bends. So hold on to your feet here and bring your feet in and just, you know, activate the pelvic floor. So tailbone, pubic bone, nice and strong, and activate that diaphragmatic action and that deep core muscles that hold your spine. So just keep wrapping those in nice and strong as you open up your knees and start to come forward with your head comes forward, your chest and your lower back. So everyone just kind of relax the shoulders and just breathe out and let your lower back come forward a little bit more. So let your spine release forward a little bit more. So it's happening at the extensors, at the lumbar part of your spine. It's right the sacrum and the curviest part of your back. Let that part widen, let that part open, and let that part come forward. So as you exhale, you feel that you can spread that open a little bit more. Now you keep that forward bend, just maybe bring your right hand behind you and move over toward the right side. So your nose is aiming toward your knee. Try not to come up when you do this. Try to keep the stretch. Try to let your lower back come forward a little bit more toward that right side. Breathing, breathing, breathing. And then we'll sweep over. Try not to come up. Just see if you can come over to the other side. Just bring that left hand back. And again, breathing as you're opening up that lumbar part of your spine, but you're sweeping it over to the side. So we're getting that nice opening in a sideways position. See if you can breathe into your low back. And one, come back into the center and let's rise up. Woo, open up and spread through the hips. Okay, this is where if you want to use your straps, you can, because we're going to do our side bending exercises. Okay, so you're going to reach over to the side and really working on side bend, which helps to bring your leg up closer to your torso by bringing the torso down closer to the leg. Okay, so when you're ready, the arms go out to the side and you're bending again from this area of your back, from that low back. So we want to just get that waistline to come down. So you're not, you know, stopping here and then just letting the head and the neck do the work, but we're really opening up. So you slide that right arm long, reach for your foot of the strap, extend this left arm out for a beginning part, right? So open up here, make sure your left leg stretches out. And again, you're going to stretch over. Everybody's getting super long. Again, from here, lengthen and bring that low back down to your leg a little bit more. So see if you can breathe in and breathe out. Now, without lifting your torso, sweep that arm up and over, and then lengthen more and stretch at your waist. Lengthen that right side as well as the left side. And do that one more time. Sweep the arm, but don't lift your chest or your waist or anything. And then go a little more, crawl that right side, a little bit longer. Go for it, go for it, go for it, go for it. Let's come on up, and let's do the same on side two. So big stretch here, you guys. Come over to the other side. Stretch out that left arm, looks so good. Stretch open, and again, try to avoid crunching this in. You want to lengthen that left side out as much as you can. So use your arms, use your legs, stretch out that right leg a little bit more. Everything's getting longer and wider, and you lengthen, and you stay with the length at your waist, and you just let that arm open out. Just stretch it, and then go longer on that left side and that right side. Stretch along that leg a little bit more. Keep the length at the torso and bring that arm out. Stretch your hip, everything, and then go longer at your waist. Go, 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 go. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And then release. Whew, come on up. Bring your legs together. Whew, that was good. All right, so you're going to lean back and just kind of just bend your knees and just swivel the hips. Swivel the hips. Again, you guys want to make sure that you're not moving from your back. You know, the back does move a little, but the main mobility is happening here at the hip joint. So let your hips just rotate and do your best to find that position. Now we're going to lean that right one in. That left one's going to go out. Okay. So you're going to reach your hands back and see if you can send back as much as you can, breathing deeply. And then we'll come up, come on up, sit up, but keep that position. Turn to this left knee, turn to this left leg, and see if you can pick up that right one, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, and then lean back and see if you can pick up this front one, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, and then release. And then we'll open back to the center and go to the other side. So we'll swivel the legs, just like one quick little exercise here. Lean back and roll that hip down, and then we'll come up and turn toward that right leg and see if you can pick up that back one, that left one, and then put it down, and then lean back a little and see if you can pick up the front one, foot and all, release, woo, and bring it all the way open. Yay! Send your legs out. Nice forward stretch, you guys. It's gonna be for the thoracic part of your spine. Lifting up. And just think about your spine like getting super long here, but this buttock muscle here is stretching under, okay? So spine lifts, buttock and tailbone stretches under. So you lift and scoop your belly and stretch. Now again, use your straps, everybody. Otherwise, grab your legs or your feet, but try to lengthen the right and left sides of your spine all the way to the crown of the head and stretch a little bit more right through the crown of your head. Now lengthen that buttock to your heels, stretch the backs of your legs, tone up your inner thighs, breathing in and breathing out. Use those deep belly muscles to help you to stretch on the right and left side more. Look at those knees. They should be toning up right up into the quads. And then release and come on up. Woo! We're going to roll onto the back for some bridge. But again, if you have your block, we're going to hopefully get to that to do the chest opener. So you guys, and you can use the blocks for bridge pose too if you want to. But we're going to come onto the back and let the shoulders come down, arms down. Feet will be apart. And right here where your hips are bending, right, we're going to try to stretch up from here. So see if you can encourage these muscles here on the sides to lift. The chin is up, shoulders open, but squeeze your waistline. So you're gonna really hug in those muscles at the spine as you lift up and spread the chest. Open your hips a little bit more. Stretch a little bit more at your hip flexors, right up here. Inhale and exhale. Lift a little bit higher if you can. And then slowly ripple your spine down. Okay, ripple down. And you'll take your right arm up and over your head. So I'm going to take your right arm up and over your head and roll onto your right side and grab your left foot behind you, right? So your head's going to go back. Now keep your core strong and stretch your kneecap away from your tummy, away from the hip. And just keep sending your kneecap away from the top of your thigh behind you, and just keep feeling a stretch at the front of your thigh. Now try not to tense up your neck when you're doing this, right? So maybe tone up your bicep or your fingers will be fine, right? But let the neck release and try to pull your thigh backwards a little bit more and breathe a little bit more, and maybe bring that ankle a little closer to your bottom or the back of the knee up a little bit more. Beautiful. All right, we're going to release that. We'll come to the other side. So again, nice, quick and easy stretch here. Bring the left arm over the head. We're going to go to the other side. Just roll your side. You already know it. Grab hold of your foot and stretch it, right? So kneecap away from the thigh, ribs are in. And make sure your knee's not way high in the air either, right? So just keep pulling back and getting that nice stretch. Pull your thigh back a little bit more. Lengthening your spine. Pull the foot up a little bit higher to the buttock. And then release back onto your back. All right, tuck in your knees in. Gonna come into happy baby. So tucking the knees in first and letting the knees move open toward the armpits or the outer shoulders. So your feet are like together and the knees are wider. Okay, so lengthen your spine as you do this. Now reach in and grab your feet if you can. If not, just grab your shins and pick your feet up right over your ankles, right over your knees rather, and keep those knees kind of rolled out a little bit and press down as deep as you can with your thighs to the floor while you lengthen your tail. So activate your pelvic floor and those deep muscles around the waist, around the spine. Shoulders are wide, chin is up. Inhale and exhale.
Awesome. Stretch your legs out to the side just to feel. Now, they don't have to be straight, you guys. We're getting inside the hips here. It's not the hamstrings or the inner thighs right now, even though they get a little bit of work. But we're trying to stretch deep inside the pelvis, at the hip joints, SI joint. Just see if you can open up the pelvis a little bit more, deep inside the pelvis. All right, beautiful. Releasing that down and getting that right foot down. Left heel on top of that right thigh. Now just take a moment to check this piece out. Your right leg is in line with your hip, maybe even in your shoulder, so your leg's not rolled out to the side. And you put your heel on it, not your ankle like this for today. Okay, get the heel. And without slanting your hip, see if you can roll that thigh out a little bit more. So don't let your waist slant, okay? Don't let the pelvis slant. Just see if you can rotate that thigh out and use this heel against your leg here to help you do that. And as you keep rolling that thigh out, you're picking up the right leg. Just reach through either your thighs, or if you can grab your shin like this, do that. But keep sending your left knee, out to the left toward the floor on the left side, without slanting your pelvis or your waist. So keep finding it into the stretch of the joint of the hip as you pull that leg in a little bit deeper. Okay, so the goal is to get this foot to come in a little bit closer to the chest. Your left foot. This right leg is helping you to do that while that left knee rolls away more and downward toward the floor on the left side. So you want to keep getting that stretch, maybe pull in and up a little bit more with this, right? Keeping the tailbone nice and strong and long. And then slowly release, and we'll take it to side two. So dropping that leg down. Awesome. And bringing that left heel. So again, don't let this knee flop out, this left one. Hold it right in place and then put the heel on. See, if the knee flops out, then this leg rolls out of where it's supposed to be. So you keep that left knee in spot, and we roll that right thigh out. And the right thigh again is going toward the floor there. And as you're stretching this hip, try not to rotate your chest and your pelvis to the floor, just the thigh. And then you start to pick up your left leg. You start to grab hold of your thigh here, or the shin if you're able to catch that. And, getting that nice stretch there, okay? Coming to the end of our section here. So just keep feeling that stretch at the hips, you guys. Breathing deeply. Okay, keep sending that right knee off to the side. Inhale and exhale. All right, let's let that go. Let's get a quick calf and hamstring stretch here, because those areas always get tight before we get into our back bendy shoulder. So go ahead and grab the strap there if you want to, or just grab your foot. Yep, just a quick little stretch here. And pull the toes down, right? Whether you have it around the balls of your feet, right? So you're not actually pulling on the toes themselves. It's more of the balls of the feet. So you get the plantar muscle. And the back of the heel stretches up. And right here, you guys, the calf muscle, that gets really tight here. You're stretching that up. Stretch that up as much as you can and squeeze that quad. As you lengthen your buttock, but stretch out your spine. So stretch out your spine. So you're not curving your spine, you're more stretching it, right? As you pull the leg in. So you're inhaling and exhaling. Just keep pulling the toes down and breathe as you get that stretch. And some of you guys might want to climb up here like this and get a little bit more, or lift your buttock up toward you a little bit more. That works. 2 more breaths. Really feel that pull, you guys. And 1. Whew, love that one every time. Let's try side 2. So same deal. Just bring it right around balls of the feet here for today. Pulling the toes down, stretching the back of the heel up. Now everybody's finding right here where the calf muscle comes to the knee, and stretching like that. So the calf pulls away from the back of the knee toward the back of the ankle. And keep pulling that muscle as you bring the toes down, squeezing your kneecap. And lengthening your leg, tailbone. Now again, try not to sag your spine. Lengthen your spine. Stretch your spine from top to bottom as you do this. Tendency will just let the spine sag into the floor. And again, if you want to, while you lengthen your spine, you lift up head, neck, and shoulders. You breathe deeply. Inhale, exhale. Maybe even lifting the buttock a little bit more, keeping that strength. Awesome. Woo. All right, you guys, let that go. Bring the knees in again. Now, if you have that block and you want to do the shoulder opener back bend with me, okay, and if I lose you guys, you got like 5 minutes left. If I lose you during shavasana, have a great day. But you're gonna bring a block right between your shoulder blades, or a pillow right between your shoulder blades if you want to do it, just directly between your scapula. So find your shoulder blades, put a block right in between them. And the block, like I have it on this height, but you want to get a wicked bend, you can put it right up at that higher, like so you're on the narrow part, just like that. And that really gives you a bend right to the spine and really stretches out the chest. So it's really up to you how deep you want to go. If you want to use 2 blocks at a higher height side by side, that works too. So I'm going to do that this morning just because it feels good, right? You let the shoulders roll back and you really, get that arch to the spine where the chest is, thoracic part. Your waistline is nice and secure, so you're really hugging the ribs and the spine in, and your head goes back. You can keep your knees bent, just let your shoulders roll back, let your arms roll back, and really stretch it out. Stretch out the chest. Neck opens, head opens. Breathing deeply. Give it an extra squeeze so your back muscles get a little stronger. Chest gets a little more open. Awesome, you guys. Let's come on out of that. It could be kind of tricky to get out of it, so maybe roll to your side or something like that. Woo! All right. So if you're working your way into those back bends, I encourage everybody to, if you're down at this height, you get up to a little bit higher. So you don't have a set of blocks, or you can find something around the house like books or something that can help you get higher. Go ahead and do that. So let's tuck those knees in and just circle around. Tools are very good to use. All right, just circle the back. We're going to get into our rotation. So left leg goes out. Yeah, and that right arm goes out to the side. And with this right arm out, I'm going to have you guys like stretch that arm up at a diagonal today. So it's not straight out to the right, but it's like up a little bit, and bring the knee across, but down at a diagonal. So you're kind of pointing the knees and the shoulders, or knee and hand, away from each other diagonally. So you're going to get this length. And again, see if you can hug in at the spine. And you're breathing deeply, right? So you let the breath, the belly move with the breath, diaphragm move, pelvic floor move or is strong. Every time you exhale, you squeeze more at the waist. Bottom leg is strong. All right, let's bring that in and try the other side. So I kind of like when I do my stuff at home, because I can put my foot against the couch here, and it kind of holds my bottom leg from turning. Sometimes if you don't have something, kind of works away. So if you've got the opportunity to do that, put your foot against it. That works. So left arm out, and right leg will come across, you guys. And again, that left arm's up at a diagonal, and that knee goes down angle like a diagonal. And you're just trying to squeeze your waist as you twist, open your spine. Okay, so think about opening up the distal vertebrae, breathing into the belly, squeeze a little deeper, and at that transverse abdominis, those deep belly muscles, your core muscles, as you inhale and exhale. Many layers to the belly. Breathing, transverse and diaphragm, very good, right? All right, you guys. Let's come on to the back. If you feel like you want to do legs up or tuck in. If your back is, a little tricky, you can stay with bent knees or on your side for your relaxation and breathing. But I definitely recommend everybody to spread open their back. So crawl your back muscles wide, like unstick them from the floor and open them up. Do the same with the pelvis, and let the legs open, let the arms open, the shoulders open. Head stays in the center. So we don't roll our head to right or left when we close our eyes, and relax the face, relax the eyes, relax the mouth. Soften your belly. And just take a few moments here, right, to feel your belly move when you breathe in and breathe out. Okay, so feeling your belly soften
and feeling your diaphragm. So when you inhale, diaphragm moves down and into the belly. So your belly will rise a little bit. When you exhale, diaphragm moves back up. And you have these muscles that'll help the diaphragm to squeeze up a little bit more. Pelvic floor is still active. Legs are relaxed. Back is relaxed. Buttock is relaxed. So just taking these few moments to relax the muscles in the back, the shoulders, neck, jaw, legs, inner and outer thighs. And again, if we don't continue with this, if I lose you guys before I get to say have a great weekend, have an awesome weekend, but let's just stay with the breathing. It's so important to let your belly move when you're breathing in and when you're breathing out. So keeping shoulders relaxed, keeping the muscles, your breathing muscles, the diaphragm under your lungs, moving downward into the belly as you breathe in, and letting the diaphragm move up toward the lungs when you breathe out. Maybe relaxing the center of the throat, so the throat stays open, but you can hear the breath at the throat. Hear the inhale, hear the exhale. And just be here for just a few more breaths, just feeling the breath, feeling that nice movement into the belly, maybe even spreading into the back side of the belly. You're seeing if you can lengthen your inhale and lengthen your exhale. All right. And feel free to stay longer if you want to, or come out of shavasana when you're ready. Yay, I didn't lose you. Thank you guys for joining me again on Saturday. I hope to expand these to an hour, but feel free to send me a message if you'd like an hour.